Welcome back to the Chill Sounds and Breakdowns podcast. I'm really excited today and kind of a little bit more at ease because I get to talk to one of my friends that I've had for years, so this will be pretty easy. But I don't need to introduce him. I'm going to let him introduce himself right here. He's getting into character. Go ahead, man. Who are you?
What's up, guys? I am Ethan from Dispositions and owner of Hate Threads.
Owner of Hate Threads. And then you got another side business that you just started not too long ago, your newest one, right?
I was doing studio ink there for a while, printing shirts, and then I just absorbed it with the shop I already work at.
With Hate Threads. Oh, okay, so it just became Hate Threads.
Everything's just all one now.
Okay, man. What kind of stuff? Do you guys put out any shirts and stuff? Like Hate Threads? Is that what that does?
Yeah. We put out all the clothing, all the custom designs.
Yeah, dude. Honestly, I ordered immediately, ordered 3 shirts. I think once I saw you guys finally open the shop a little bit bigger, and I got 3, and I was like, I need shirts to go to Mexico, and I'm just gonna take a bunch of Hate Threads. Why not rep the homies out there in a different country? And I love them, dude. I ordered 3 more, so I literally every time I'm at home, when I'm at work, I wear my work stuff. I'm at home, I wear your guys' shirts literally all the time.
Nice.
Yeah, they're awesome quality. Definitely, guys, get yourself some Hate Threads. But man, you are doing a lot lately. Every other day, I'm hearing a new thing that Dispositions is doing. You guys are making some big moves, and playing shows constantly, man. How's that been like?
Trying to. We came back. I think the first show back was Upon a Burning Body.
Hell of a show to come back to.
Yeah, that was Zaylen's first show. That was our new vocalist's first show.
Yes.
And then that was our first show back from all the COVID shutdown and everything like that. It was sold out. It was crazy. Zaylen didn't know what to do.
It was a hell of a show to come back to. And then Zaylen's first show. You know what I mean? I hate myself.
First show as a
not getting to
vocalist
come
as
back.
well.
Yeah, as a vocalist in general, right? Because he's done vocals for his own projects and stuff.
Well, he was a guitarist for In Cycles and Circles, and still is.
Yeah. But I think I've heard him do one vocal thing, but it was a singing thing. It wasn't anything like that. So I remember hearing the announcement and oh shit, Zaylen's doing that. That's gonna be Zaylen's a fucking sweetheart. First of all, he's
he's always been one of my favorite people.
And so adding him to the roster just might feel just adding one of your friends.
That's exactly what it was. We went through a rigmarole of just a handful of people. Some people that we knew instantly weren't gonna fit, or we had a few that we really liked, but we knew they were too new to the scene, never been in a band.
Gotcha.
They're a slew of reasons, and we had our reasons with Zaylen's and our pros and cons. We had to do that with everybody. And so, once our old vocalist was gone, we had we had all the time in the world really to find someone. And my number one pick was Zaylen, but I didn't know. That was before we even asked him or anything.
Oh, really? So you had already had him in
I
mind.
want him, but let's put this out here and see who we get.
That's really cool that it kind of attracted that, this is what I want, and kind of got your number.
Not even knowing he was never a vocalist or anything like that.
Can he do vocals? I don't know, but I want him in this band.
Yeah, he had that charisma that we needed.
But as far as the list of requirements and stuff like that, I feel for a band like you guys are established and have been doing it for a while, you know what it takes to be a band. It wouldn't be someone coming into their first band or something like that. This wouldn't be
we had a couple of those
them,
people, and they were one of them, can't remember his name, and I feel so bad about that because we were on the ropes of this dude's incredible.
Yeah, he
could sing and scream, and he was top notch, but we found out he was 19 or 20.
Whoa.
And he
really?
Never been in an established band. He had the garage bands and never played a show and stuff like that.
Yeah.
And he had an immaculate voice.
Oof.
But it was that late 2000s metalcore, We Came in Romans, Asking Alexandria.
Okay.
Kind of that style. But then he could do the newer style, so we were really on the ropes. So we started getting in the nitty gritty of the questions of look, this is what happens if we go out on the road, if we go do this and that and the other, because we record on the road, we record out of town, we do everything out of town. And he couldn't
that's kind of what'll I guess makes or breaks somebody, especially on something like this, because the way you're describing it is like, oh, like this is an awesome vocalist. Had you just gone with that, later down the road, it's like, hey, we're going on tour, which you guys do all the time now.
Right.
Like, you hit the road, and it's like, oh, I can't go because this or some small
That's
thing,
what
or
we were scared
monetary
of.
things. I can't afford it. I can't do this.
Those were all factors.
And I'm sure like those are the big ones, because at that age, that's kind of like what's going to hold you back and things like that.
Right.
But no, I think you guys made the right call. Like I said, I've just seen clips. I saw clips of that first show, and I thought it was. I didn't think it was real, and I'm like, wait, and like let me watch this again. But like, I think the Wall of Death and that Upon Burning Body show was absolutely insane.
The Rail Club actually gave us an award.
Really? An award? What was the award?
Got a metal plaque of us made. I haven't even seen it yet. He says it's sitting at like FedEx or something. But he got a metal plaque made of the biggest pit at Rail or something like that. It was literally from the front guardrail to the very back bar.
It literally is front to back. Like I saw that, I'm like, that like opening is going all the way to the back, and people were jam packed, and it was absolutely insane. I can't imagine being there.
It was nuts.
Like being part of that, just seeing that like live, because I saw the like I said, I had to see the video a few times to be like, is that them? Like I was like, what the hell? When is this? Like
Zaylen got on there. He said he just kind of went black and because he was nervous as hell. He's like, I've never played for this many people. We're like, oh, this is just like last time.
Yeah.
We're ready to play again for, we haven't played in over a year.
Mm-hmm.
And so he got up there and he killed it.
Nailed it. I saw him like in the crowd, like on top of people being carried around. He was walking across
the crowd singing.
Yeah. I mean, exactly, for someone coming into like their first show as a vocalist, and then first time being a vocalist like ever, and stepping into it and being that natural to it, just feels like, okay, that's made the
that
right
was
call.
Instant sealed the deal for us of just, this is what we need. Even though we are changing directions of like music wise, we're not going to be as heavy, but like he nailed it.
So I kind of so speaking of that, I did see that where you were looking for a vocalist, like you were kind of mentioning that, like you guys were mentioning that the style was kind of changing, and I knew it was like a little less heavy. Do you have like anything that you're kind of like striving for, like emulating, or really just kind of just taking something?
It's a massive spectrum, because me, Jameson, and Taylor have been friends since we were like 4 years old. And
that long, really? I knew it was a long time.
Elementary school, middle school, high school, but we've always listened to the same shit. We've always grown up. We grew up with like Bullet for My Valentine, which morphed into like Avenged Sevenfold, which morphed into like Bring Me the Horizon, Parkway Drive, then heavier, and then we still stayed with the Nickelbacks, the Hinders, the Breaking Benjamins, like the Cock Rock, and stuff like that. So we stayed with that, and then we always loved it. And then Jameson joined the band, and we've always said, since Jameson's been in the band, since the band has been started, we wanted to be able to play all the genres. We want to be able to play with anyone and everyone. Yeah. And so that's why we've been playing with we played with Buck Cherry.
I did, I was like, Buck Cherry. I was like, what? I was like, this post playing that shit?
So we're trying to play with anyone and everyone to broaden the audience, and we don't have any new music out yet. Yeah. But the best way I can put it is like the heavier Seether stuff, heavier Breaking Benjamin. It's just hard rock, I guess. But like touching on still the metalcore stuff. I don't want to say Bring Me the Horizon because it's too cliche. Yeah. But like they kind of pop around and do everything.
Similar concept.
Yeah.
So not the
same sound.
But
exactly.
Like the same concept of being able to bounce around with.
Not the same sound, but the similar concept
as far as jumping from
wanting to do a little bit of everything. We've even talked about putting out a country song.
Really?
Like we don't care anymore.
Zaylen already has a cowboy hat. I've seen him rock that.
Yeah, he already has country songs for us too.
Really?
Yeah.
I think I saw that he was like, he wrote one the other day. Or he had like posted it. He wrote a country song.
It's just the fact of doing it. We have like, whenever we were trying to find a vocalist, we had Jameson pretty much wrote almost an entire album of like the genre that we're going for now, that we're striving for. Then Zaylen comes in. He already has like an album of all his stuff.
Oh my god!
So we're just sitting on this just mountain of material that just needs to be kind of picked apart and put back together with all of our interests and all that stuff like that. But I mean, right now we have 2 solid songs that are ready to be out. We just finished one last weekend. Fully done. Just got to send it off to get mastered. Shooting a music video for that in the next month or 2. And then we have the plan for the next music video for the next song right after that.
The 2 that you guys already have ready. Are you guys doing that with Zaylin, or where'd you guys go do that?
With Zaylin.
To record with Zaylin?
Yep.
Okay, I was gonna say like
we usually record with Corey Brunneman in San Antonio.
Yeah.
He does like Upon a Burning Body, Non-Point, Backwards, all those guys.
Wow, yeah.
And
He does a lot of big
we love
things.
Corey to death. I absolutely adore Corey. But Zaylin wanted to give us a try, just him, and that saves us a shit ton of money.
Yeah, I bet.
Yeah.
Like, I mean, Corey does excellent work. Like,
Yeah.
speaking just from the tracks that you guys have worked on him with, it's like, okay, he makes stuff sound like really freaking great.
Oh yeah, he's really good at what he does.
But yeah, like hearing like the stuff that Zaylin's been like working on and putting on, like he is very meticulous about stuff that I like know. Like as far as like his character and stuff, I'm like he will work on something until it sounds great.
We figured that out.
Having someone in the band like that is kind of hard too, like because then you'll be stuck.
Oh
like,
yeah, we've already had our conversations
done.
of like, okay, we gotta, because now we have more cooks in the kitchen. Used to it was just like me, like Jameson's like the main guy that does like 99% of the writing, and so used to it was me, and then Jameson came in. Now it's like all him. He's written like basically everything, and then we all go into the studio and kind of poke it and mix it up
a little bit of your kind of own style too.
And then we do that, and then now with Zaylin coming in, now there's Zaylin and Jameson are going back and forth constantly of like, let's try this, let's try that. Then you got like me, Taylor, and Jeff just kind of like, well, I have an idea. And like,
it's
no,
hard to
and
get
then they just
ideas
keep going.
Which is like you're saying, like you have like a mountain of music, but it's kind of like now, like how do we pick apart like what we're gonna actually use? How do we put like feel like it's part of us still? You know what I mean? Like that you're contributing, but. Like I said, there's always good with the bad, but I mean, I think you got like some real creative people on the team now.
Oh yeah, yeah. A lot of cooks in the kitchen now. It's just figuring out how to all just kind of harness it.
Yeah, how to run the kitchen. You know what I mean? Like,
that's exactly what it is.
Yeah, when Jameson came in and started singing, I loved that. I loved, like, Jameson has such a, like, awesome voice. Like, what's the song that he sang on was
For
it
You?
For You?
Yeah.
Yeah, that chorus and that, like.
That's our one-hit wonder song.
It's so good, though. I was like, that's why I was like, is he going to keep, like, singing still? Like,
the newest song, him and Zaylin go back and forth on a part.
Oh, my God.
Him and Zaylin do like just a trade off on the very beginning of the song. It's like a trade off, and then Jameson's still going to be doing like his own parts and like because the original plan was to have Jameson become the front man.
That was the original, and that's what I honestly thought was going to happen. Because when you guys were looking for someone, I'm like, I think they could just like get away with Jameson.
That's what we originally wanted to do, but he kind of got like spooked in it.
Yeah.
And he's like, I don't know, my lyrics aren't up to par to what I need them to be or want them to be.
Yeah.
And then he was like, I don't want to hinder the band in any way of like my live performances or his lyrical content and all that stuff.
Yeah.
So he really wanted to find someone else, but if it came down to it, that's what we were going to do. That's what we wanted to do. That's what we wanted to do.
Yeah, because that seemed the easier route, I guess, the simpler route without having to go looking for someone.
That would have definitely been easier, but like Zaylin just kind of fell into place. We sent him everything we had, and he did a couple of tryouts and stuff like that, and was tweaking songs. And it's cool because he's also a guitarist, so now we got 3 guitarists in the band.
Oh, that's true. Yeah.
Yeah, so he can send him stems, he breaks it down, rewrites it, re-records it, all that stuff. Jameson can do the same thing and also sing. So we have 2 vocalists in the band and 3 guitarists. And
so you have plenty of people to pull from to get music done. You know what I mean? To simplify that process, because sometimes that's like, especially like if you guys don't all live in like the same area kind of thing. Because
Zaylin and Jameson do. Taylor and Jeff live the farthest in Arlington and Grand Prairie, and I'm kind of out here by myself too in Big
so I mean, being able to write like that way and send each other stuff and be able to work it out kind of on your own, it's got to be like a huge
We're trying to get together for practices, but it's just we are the band that never practices together ever, and it's starting to show with these like one-off shows are coming back after COVID and stuff. We're like, what the fuck? Like a Buck Cherry, we had to go DI off the cuff. And so we have an Axfex 3 and stuff, so it's more than capable of doing it. But we always run cabs. We're the only we're the only local band that is upsizing our rigs instead of downsizing. So we all got road cases for everything.
Yeah.
We all have 4x12s. Taylor has a massive 8x10 Mesa cab. Everything's cab. Mesa. Everything's Shure. We're the bougiest people ever.
So we're gonna be fancy as fuck.
Yeah. So we went DI, and the entire Buck Cherry show, I didn't play. Half the time, the bass didn't work. It worked like halfway through or something.
Oh no!
So I didn't play at all the Buck Cherry show. I just kind of mimed it, and Jameson turned the guitar on the computer, the DI guitar. So it just went.
It just played that way. Oh
yeah, sent it.
I mean, what are you gonna do in that? Because you can't just like shut down and just we're not doing anything.
We got in trouble for being too early.
What?
Yeah, they were like, you guys still got like 30 minutes to play. I was like, we played our set. We don't know what else to do.
How long were they trying to give you?
I think there was like 45 minutes, but we started early.
Oh,
like
okay.
the sound guy was obliterated.
Oh,
we couldn't hear our backtracks, so we were just kept telling him backtracks, and he kept telling us like, go ahead and start. No,
what's the point of starting early if your shit's not ready?
Cranked those backtracks as loud as they could go.
Oh,
we were just looking at each other. We're like, just go.
What are you gonna do? Like, what do we do now? Like, just fucking go and do it.
It was rough,
man. That's a hard way to come back to like shows and stuff. But
it was cool. Buck Cherry crowd was interesting. So
I was like, what's he gonna say? Interesting.
we got our first our flash. First
really?
ever, yeah.
That seems appropriate. I feel like Buck Cherry crowd.
We had the tiniest little pit of like 3 people, but everyone's shoulder to shoulder packed all the way to the back, and yeah, it was still a blast.
Good. And these all like the Pond Burner Body and like the Buck Cherry one have all been at the Rail, right?
Yeah.
Rail, yeah, because the Rail's kind of bouncing back too. And
they're going. They're having their ups and downs and issues, and I think they got it all squared away now.
Yeah, that's good.
We played one show at Gas Monkey with Tragedy at Hand. In between those two.
Oh, okay, that's right. Oh, I haven't heard them, and I actually missed that one, and I was like, man, I think that's the only show that I've seen them play.
They came back. I want to say 2019. They did their comeback show and like released like a music video or an album or something like that. Mm-hmm. They played one show and then the fucking COVID hit. Yeah.
Fuck, man. That's like the same thing. Like with us, we took a year off to write. Like with Under Oblivion.
Why are you guys canceling all the shows?
Oh god. Some shit happened. Fuck you together, fucked it up.
Aww.
Anyways, we're gonna end it. Like we were playing 2 last shows,
right.
And now we were just like, it's done because we're all kind of want to move on to like new projects and stuff. But yeah, when we used to like play shows and like set up, we would have like set up nightmares like all the time. Like when we started running backtracks and we started doing lights and stuff like that.
Right.
Which the lights we got from you, right?
I believe so.
I think those like just the stand up and normal lights. Yeah,
yeah.
Those the greatest time. Like, whoa, we had they were originally yours. No, the boxes were that we had. I think were originally
got them from Soundings.
Yeah, the other ones we got from.
I think my old bassist Taylor Roden built those with like the pressure sensitive light switch.
Pressure sensitive. We had a blast with those.
Yeah.
But yeah, every time like when we would run that, like something would not work, and then we were just like, I think we had like the handful of shows we had with them. Perfect. It was badass. Like it's badass with like backtracks and stuff like that. But that was like that was a fun time and like getting that kind of done.
Shit.
But yeah,
my bad. It's my Alexa.
It's a reminder. It's fine.
It'll do it one more time.
This is the real stuff. Oh, does it twice?
Yeah.
This is a reminder.
Thank you, Alexa.
Kids need bath, brush their teeth, and get ready for bed.
We'll be back after a message from these sponsors.
Damn it.
But that's really cool that you guys are getting back into the shows and doing it. What other than like this mound of music that you guys sitting on, as far as like upcoming like stuff that you guys are doing, like
we did have a little tour, southeastern tour. We called it the Swamp Run. We were going to start in Fort Worth, go to Louisiana, hit Florida, and then come back through Alabama, Arkansas, something like that.
Something like that in southern states.
But something ended up happening with Louisiana. Their COVID restrictions or something changed where the venue that it was kind of a mess, and we were already skeptical if it was going to happen anyway.
Yeah.
So we just kind of I contacted the promoter of like the Louisiana one. He said he was still waiting on an answer and stuff like that. And so we just thought, like, even if it is going to go forward, the draw is going to be completely shot, and we're going to waste a bunch of money getting down there and going even further to Florida than coming home. And so we just decided it all, as much as it sucked, we just decided to call it. And then we found out the Louisiana date was going to be fine, that the venue wasn't going to abide by like the new Louisiana restrictions or something. But we were bummed that it got canceled. Yeah. But we knew that the draw was just going to be completely
it was still going to affect it in some way, and it would have you know, cost you guys more money, and then like also wouldn't have been as fun, you know what I mean? Like to head out there.
Well, we didn't know if they would accept like an out of state like card or whatever. However, we don't know how it's gonna go right now. I mean,
there's a lot of like weird stuff kind of happening now. It's up in the air. Especially
Dallas is completely different than Fort Worth. And,
absolutely. And they're like restrictions. Like, who knows what's coming back with here and Texas and stuff. But
I've already seen tours getting canceled left and right.
Yeah, I've started to see some of those.
Like Limp Bizkit pulled off everything, and I just saw that. The bigger bands are getting off of the festivals, like Nine Inch Nails are canceling all their stuff. Really? And they're finding replacements, but I just don't know.
It's still really, really up in the air, kind of, and it kind of sucks because honestly, like live music being back is such like, I don't know, man, like a blessing, like for everybody, like especially after being stuck and not being able to do that. Like I've been literally saying it on every podcast. I'm like, I've been going to so many live shows for the same people, like because I can. Like that's just because that. Like it's down the road. Like okay. Like I have like where I live. Like I literally live in the center, like of Fort Worth. Like literally, we're like almost where 30 hits 35. So I have like small little venues like around there that we have. Like I'm just like sure. Like there's a show happening. Yeah, I'm gonna go. Like I can. Like, you know what I mean?
Dispo was on the cusp of like just fuck it, we'll just call it quits.
Really?
Like right there, right before we announced we were gonna find a new vocalist and stuff like that. Like we were right there of like no one was in it, no one wanted to do it anymore. Yeah. Not everyone was at each other's throats, but we were right there of like, we couldn't do anything.
Like what? Yeah.
So we were all kind of like depressed and down about everything of not being able to play shows, and we weren't really getting along with certain things. And so we were like, I told the guys, I was like, I'm taking a step back for now. I don't know what the hell's going to happen. I'm not having fun with it anymore.
Yeah.
And so we decided to make the changes and try to find a new vocalist and stuff like that. And, you know, with Zaylin coming in, it kind of rejuvenated everything, and we got amped up and playing shows again. We were getting amped up, booking a tour, getting amped up again. And then it's all kind of like PTSD of like, fuck, our Framing Hanley show got canceled. Our Vanilla Ice show got canceled.
It goes back to like, hey, we want to play with everybody. Yeah. Literally.
Dude, we were so stoked to play with Vanilla Ice, and we were supposed to play with them, I think, next Friday.
Oh, shit.
We were supposed to play with them next Friday, and then some shit went down of like, dates weren't correct or something, and managers and lawyers got involved. And
oh, damn.
So I think it's getting moved to later in the year. Okay. That's what I was told, and we're still on it, but it's just going to happen later in the year.
Later.
And he wanted more money or something.
He probably needs it. Yeah. Try to work all over. But it's tough, like, because I've talked to like a bunch of music, and they, like a lot of it they got you because like that's a big part of being a musician, like playing live. And,
we
like,
can only
out in it.
We can only do so much stuff online. Like we can put out new music and new music videos, but if we can't go out, and being a local band, I think you have to go out and play to anyone and everyone. And just, I genuinely enjoy just traveling to a new place that we've never played before.
Yeah.
And like, even if we can go back to like the same venue out of state, I'd rather just go play some hole in the wall that we haven't played before, especially if we have no draw in that area. Get out there and play the new.
I feel like that's honestly the best way to really make a connection with like these people that you don't know listening to music, especially because of how much music there is out there. You know what I mean? Like, so online, like there's
it's oversaturated, like crazy,
completely oversaturated. But at a show, even if like it's a hole in the wall, and you have like 12 people there, like that are coming to see another band, but then like suddenly they see you and I'm like, holy shit, that was badass.
Yeah.
Like, and then because you have them here and like I saw you live, you have the little connection where they'll come up and say hi. Like, oh, I talked to you, this and that. Oh yeah, I'm gonna like them because they were cool. Like when I talked to them or saw them or this and that. What's that?
Sorry, I don't know what the hell that was.
But I feel like that's the way to create like a more genuine and actual, like real life connection to where like, oh yeah, I'm gonna go listen to their stuff because I saw them do it and I like saw them in person and kind of you become real.
Personable stuff, I think. Yeah, I think that's true.
Adds a lot and makes, because that's like when I've heard of bands like that we were even like playing with, like that I got put on shows with, and I'm like, oh, until like I saw them, I was like, oh, okay, that they were cool. Like I'm gonna listen to them more than like when I listen to their music just briefly, you know, like online or something like that. So it definitely helps, and it just like as far as like feeding your own soul, like just like playing live is like it's like a feeling like none other.
Oh
you know
yeah,
what I mean? Like,
absolutely. You go into this other realm. It's
for like whatever like length of time like you play, like you're just playing and you feel like larger than life, man. No matter like what, like literally, no matter what crowd I've been playing to, like you just feel, because for that, whatever time length, like that crowd is yours. Like whether you decide to take it or not, you know what I mean. But like
that's what I try to like explain to my kids and like my wife and stuff.
Yeah,
like it really is, like otherworldly of like this. I'm not a big writer anymore in the band. That's all Jameson and stuff. But like as soon as we get on stage, it is all different and just everything goes away. It's like a drug almost. I know everyone talks about it in interviews and stuff like that, but it really is like this whole otherworldly, like the time doesn't go the same. It's just in and out. It happens so quickly, but it is such a weird, I go like tunnel vision almost. Yeah. Where like that is my biggest focus. Nothing's pulling me out of it. And it's, I don't know how to explain it.
No, like I feel like it only makes sense to like other people who have experienced something similar. Like if you haven't, like it's hard to describe it. And then when you do describe it, it sounds cliche. It sounds like these things like, oh, it's like you're in another like world and like you're like so like zoned in.
I've tried to explain it a million times.
Yeah, and but that's what it is. Like you're playing and little stuff like you doesn't distract you, you know what I mean? Like you're just in that moment and like singing or playing, like it's got to feel the exact same thing where you're just in your moment and like that moment is yours. Like that's all it is. Like
I think I'm just getting to the age too of like, I'm in a band. Yeah, I'm almost 30. I'm in a metal band and I got 2 kids. Like, oh, you're in a band. Like, we had a pool party for my oldest daughter for her birthday last weekend.
That's the other one that you guys
But we just had the birthday party for my oldest daughter.
Yeah.
And some dad comes in, he has long hair, and he goes, because I had Taylor and Jameson, they were here and hanging out and stuff. And, are you guys in a band? Like, I saw the van outside. And I was like, yeah. They're like, is it like heavy? And I was like, yeah. He goes, sick. And then he looked up everything when he got home from picking his kid up, sending us a message on the band page. He goes, you guys are fucking sick. I was like, yes, one of us in this yuppie ass neighborhood.
Yeah, I didn't see that. You know what I mean? Like it's definitely different from like anybody that's like out there like doing this. Like I pulled up to the house. I'm like, this house is huge. You know what I mean? Like, but the van's out there. So I'm like, yeah, this is the right house. Like I saw the big ass Dispo logo on the side of it. But man, some of that shit does like get to you. I feel like it, you know, especially getting older. Like I said, I'm 30, like at this point, but I don't feel like it has to make sense like to anybody.
That's I go through my waves.
But you have the moments where like people look at me and I'm like, yeah, like what are you doing? Like you're playing a show, this and that. Even like last year I started doing like YouTube and started vlogging. Yeah. Like people people probably think I'm fucking dumb. You know what I mean? Like for doing whatever, but it's just like you get into these things, especially with music. For me, what I've come to realize, like it literally doesn't matter the medium, but it's creating. Like it's making stuff, it's doing things. And then like the live feeling is,
I'm right there with you.
It's just like, okay, that's what makes me happy. Like, so I don't care what avenue it takes. Like I'm gonna do it. Like I'm because I have to. Because if I don't, like I know how I get. You know what I mean? Like I'm not gonna feel good.
I get depressed, and I have to be able to do something. That's why I have so many different outlets of band shirts, and I mean printing the shirts, making the designs, or else, you know, everything. I do a little bit. I used to do the booking bands and running Tomcats and all that stuff. I did that for brief period of time. I did the booking bands for a long time, and then ran Tomcats for a little bit, and then worked at Rail. I mean, I've worked all the ins and outs of all the music industry and finding out like what I like about it, what I don't like about it, what could benefit my band, what can't, and booking tours and just trying to figure out all the ins and outs of it and what makes me feel like, I don't know, like whole.
Yeah.
like the band thing's a blast, but it's also
corny line.
Yeah. The band thing's a blast, but it's also you have to get votes, and there's 5 different guys that all have opinions, and like that's what I love about Hate Threads is like if I want to put out a design right now, I can literally just post something and sell it.
Yeah.
And that I absolutely love that. But then I do love the band of like all of us get to come together and come up, like us coming up with merch has been just it has been so hard.
Yeah, I've had that same issue with like with merch. I stopped having it like when we were making something because I'm like, this is the design we're doing it. Like, and I would just tell them last minute. I would just get everything done. You know what I mean? Design, figure out how much everything was, this and that, blah blah. Figure out the logistics of it, and it'd be like, oh, that's fine. Like, really, it's like because I'm not gonna sit there and argue with someone about a design when you don't have like an idea of like the design. It's like, well, look, I just don't like that. I'm like, well, what do you think? Like,
we've all kind of came to the conclusion that it's merch. Like it's not a make or break of us as a band. It's something that we're literally just trying to sell.
It's not your actual
show.
music. You know what I mean? Like if it was your music, sure, be as big as possible.
We are all very opinionated people, and we all like majority of the same things, but we like different little aspects of all of the same things. Of like, you know, we're making sure we're not trying to be too 5-finger death punchy on the merch, and trying to make sure that it's not like too Walmart-ish looking, and it's just a happy medium of like, I know that. And see, we also we all play devil's advocate to everything. So someone will talk shit about like, well, that looks like a Walmart shirt. We're like, look how much money Walmart has.
And the argument just never ends. Like it just keeps going.
Come on, guys, we need to come together as a unit. And someone else comes in. Jeff comes in. Suck my unit. Remove myself from chat.
Just I can get out of this.
I'll come back later.
Like now that we touched on it, Hate Threads. So like Hate Threads, you've been doing it for a little bit now. But you started a while ago, but 2018, right? Have you just gotten like more involved in it like recently?
Yeah,
like, when you combined it with like I guess
started it
stuff?
in 2018, and we came out with like I think just one to two designs, maybe 3. Austin Cervantes came up with the first designs that we had.
Yeah, and
then we did those. I did it for maybe a solid year, and like always, the band ends up getting a little bit more busy, and then other stuff falls off. Like I think it fell off for maybe a year or 2. I maybe put out like 1 design, maybe 2, whenever it fell off, and then it wasn't getting the traction that I wanted. Got discouraged, and I stopped doing it.
Yeah.
And then I got this new job over in Haltom City, like just doing all the T-shirts and having my own space to do everything, and finally just doing shit for myself. Yeah. And working with like the best guys I've ever worked with, and they're like, yeah, do whatever you want here. Like you can do all your own personal stuff here. You can do, bring in whatever orders you want to bring in. As long as you get everything done, do you.
That's awesome. Yeah. Like
I was like, perfect. So
that's like what I needed.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
So I started Hate Threads back up, and then just started releasing design after design.
Yeah.
Because I can do a print as I go, like print to order.
Because I was gonna say you print to order. Yeah.
So if I get an order in, I can knock it out that day, or get a handful of orders in. I can print them all that week and ship them out the next week or something like that.
What's your printing process for your shirts? Like what
I have multiple.
Right?
So I have like the one that you're wearing is DTG printing. It's direct to garment.
Okay.
And so basically it's like a big ass printer.
It's a printer one, right?
Yeah.
Okay, because I think I was seeing you print out one. Yeah. I was like, wait, this is because I think back when we were doing like merch designs a while back, I had heard about like the process. Yeah. And like people like bitching about it and things like that.
It's a little more expensive, and some of the things don't look as good on it. But if you can do your settings correct, like it looks sick. Like that one.
Like I got with all of these, I'm like, oh, like that's that printing. I'm like, they freaking look great. And like worn these a shit ton and like have washed them a lot already, and they literally look
those
same.
will last longer than screen print because the screen print's literally liquid plastic. It's called plastisol ink.
Yeah.
So as soon as that cures, it hardens, and then over time in the washer, like wash it 10, 20 times, it'll start cracking and falling off and falling apart. That won't.
Yeah.
But you kind of sacrifice sort of the brightness of it with DTG. It kind of dulls it out just a tad. But if it's like a super intricate design with a million colors, then you want to definitely
do that because I remember
I can print up a straight up picture.
Well, yeah, you were saying because I was like, oh, like how many? I think I was asking you about like some shirt designs, and you were like, oh, like as many colors as you want, because it just does like everything.
Slit hit me up for shirts. I just did their merch, and they put literally clips of their music video, and I just put it on their shirt.
What?
Yeah,
that's so freaking sick. Shout out to Slit, man, they're badass.
We're playing with them with Attila in October.
Fucking look at all these shows that you just like casually just Attila, fucking Buck Cherry,
we
Vanilla
played
Ice.
with Attila. Fucking like 10 times, I think.
Really?
I think Attila and Upon a Burning Body we played with the most.
The most?
Yeah.
I've seen you
maybe
guys play
Cane
with
Hill coming into a third. I can't remember. Yeah.
I've only gotten to play with Cane Hill once, randomly,
They're
when
awesome.
we played with the
I hit him up to play the Louisiana show with us.
Oh, really?
I was like, hey, we played together a lot. I know you'll remember me because we threw the chicken sandwich into the crowd.
That's
and
right.
we caused a fight because of a fucking chicken sandwich.
Chicken sandwich.
So we got the precious Popeyes chicken sandwich whenever it was just a fucking
When it was
award.
the cause of many murders.
So we brought that shit on stage. Like, whoever goes the craziest gets this Popeyes chicken sandwich. And that was like, I think we were playing with Fit for a King and Cane Hill. And like Cane Hill's tweeting about it.
I think I remember that tweeting about like this.
So we
just threw a chicken sandwich.
Whenever I hit up the vocalist, I was like, "Yeah, dude, we played together quite a few times. You know, we're the chicken sandwich band." They're like, "The fact that I know you specifically because of that thing, I love it."
See, this is what people mean when you got to stand out of the crowd. You know what I mean?
Just throw chicken sandwiches at
like,
people.
you know what? Like, yeah, they might remember me for that, but they remember me. Like, do they know you? Like, no.
We always try to do something. Like, I think the Gas Monkey show, we had like a 6 to 8 foot tall beach ball. We threw it into the crowd at Gas Monkey. Yeah. They're standing on it, popping it. We've done pillows.
Really?
We've thrown like 10 pillows into the pit when we were playing with, I think it was Attila at Tomcats.
You just had people fucking fight.
Yeah, we bought like 10 something pillows and we just threw them in there. And we've done the walls, we've done the beach balls, we've done the chicken sandwich, we've done some other shit too. We've done like little bitty, like 100 little bitty beach balls.
I think I remember that.
Yeah, we've done the merch, just thrown chunk merch at people.
But I feel like what I like about that is like being like the type of band you are, the music that you guys play. Like it's always, I enjoy the bands that I enjoy the most are like the ones that are out there having fun, like having a good time and like actually enjoying what they do has like become a bigger factor in like what I love to see live more than like, oh, like I'm playing like something as intricate as possible and this and that or whatever. Like being able to see like those guys are having a great time like is just like,
we try to never take ourselves too seriously ever.
Yeah.
We're wearing like damn like striped spandex, and Taylor wears a wig now.
Really?
We'll wear like Taylor gets off stage and he gets so depressed because people will come up to him and like, "Where were you on stage?" He goes, "Oh, I don't know." He'll just play into it. So people every time we
recognize him?
they don't, because
Oh, no.
I'll have to look at pictures whenever they post pictures online and stuff. I'll have to do a double take to see which one of us is us, because Taylor, it's the wig is my exact hair.
Really?
And so he gets sad because he's like, I feel like I could conquer the world, and I'm bald, and
he would be too powerful, man, if he had hair.
He gets off stage and I was like, "Oh, why weren't you playing tonight? What's going on?" And so I was coming up with a story of like, we should just make up a reason on stage to like the reason why we kicked you out of the band every night.
Every night, just something different. It's like we had to kick Taylor. Like
this is our new bassist, and we had to kick Taylor out because he like fucked the dog and that one.
Yeah, man, I'm really happy that you guys have fun, and it, like I said, it shows, and it just as far as musicianship, you guys like write some like fucking dope music. I can't wait to see like what you guys are coming up with.
We're excited to put that out.
Honestly, like if we go off the air and you want to like show me something, that's cool. Like, you don't
I can do that.
It's not you're not contractually obligated. There is no contract anyways. But no, I'm definitely excited for what you guys have planned next, and I'm really excited for you guys to play this Saturday since I haven't seen you guys play it in a while. And especially
the last time we played it was so much fun.
Isn't that like insane? I forget, like you guys like closed out the first one, right? And then I remember that was like awesome and insane.
Yeah, I
like,
asked Daniel, I was like, hey, can we flip the PA around and play outside? Yeah.
Like, sure.
We just had our beam lights. Me and Jameson looking at each other, just shit grins. Because our beam lights were hitting the bridge above us. And we're like, oh my God, we're hitting cars. we got lasers and lights pointing up at the bridge. I'm like, oh no.
It's fine.
Yeah, it was so much fun.
But yeah, look, I'm honestly really excited for Chill Sounds and Breakdowns, honestly, in general, because that first show was just like, it was pretty much just a show. It was just like a bunch of friends. It was outside and it was neat. And it was like a mixed genre type of show. But the amount of like work the DJs put into it this year.
I've seen like all the posts and like the elaborate of like an actual full-blown festival
is insane.
The water tanks, or not the water tank, but the water areas and food trucks.
There's like food trucks. There's like a ton of art vendors that are going to be out there.
So
we have, like I said, Blaze Culture, the dudes I had yesterday, are a skate shop, and they're setting up a half pipe and like mini ramps.
No shit.
Yeah, in the middle, like where people are playing, they're going to have like a skate session and BMX session all like during the entire festival. You know what I mean?
I'm going to hurt myself. I'm going to try it.
There's so much stuff that I'm like, I literally, every time I'm talking to him, like he's like, hey, what do you think about like these guys doing it? I was like, how did you get these guys like to do this? Like every time, like he's got another.
I love
idea.
that spot too. Like it's so gorgeous.
It's such a nice and gorgeous spot. Like it's got like that outdoor little garden patio thing that's giant with the lights and stuff that has. They're building a. There's an awning now. You know where you guys played? There's a giant like roof now outside.
Nice.
They'll be covering now under there, and then there's the
excited.
inside. The inside. Has AC now, so now it's actually gotten like it's got AC, and there's just gonna be so many people out there because that first one that we did, like I said, was really kind of impromptu and like it was a decent show, and I think we had like 200 people show up, and like this time we're like I don't know how many because I don't know if I can't remember if we charged that first time, but this time it's free, and I'm like literally like and it's an all ages type of thing, so like whoever can show up, like show up, like it's
cool.
It's just gonna be insane, but I'm really excited to see you guys play with Zaylen. I'm glad you guys are a part of it again this year. And it got delayed because you guys were originally part of the first.
Yeah, we were on the one last year too, and then it. Of course, just like everything else that got moved to this year.
Yeah, but if we had to wait, I think it ended up giving him time and building something that is great. That's why we like build this around it too, because I'm like, we want to do the same concept of just like bringing people together who wouldn't normally like go to maybe a show like this. Because as far as like mixed genres, it's like it's mixed as it gets.
That was the coolest part about it. Is like I think the last time we played, I was just watching Doggo play.
Yeah.
Like before we played, I was like, oh my God, this is so cool. I was sitting in like the hammock swing thing. Like this is the sickest thing ever.
It's just gonna be a fun time. So exactly like everybody. Come out to Chill Sounds and Breakdowns, August 28th, which is this Saturday. By the time you're seeing this, show will be tomorrow. So come out tomorrow. It's free. Bring your family, bring your friends, bring everybody you know to this free show. Ethan, thank you for talking to me today.
We got a cool little surprise coming.
Surprise.
So, yeah.
Might be pillows, might be beach balls, might be
something we haven't done before yet. It'll be completely new.
Now I'm excited.
So, yeah, it'll
They're
be
gonna
cool.
come out in Speedos, I know. But I think you've done that already.
You don't want that. I won't make people see that.
Also, again, thank you. Check out Dispositions. Check out Hate Threads. Hate Threads right here. Pick yourself some up. And we'll see you guys tomorrow.